uber fascinating thing. Uber fascinating. It is just very interesting. Very interesting. We had the deep state, the Pentagon today, bombing Qatar via Israel. Qatar. So each time Trump tries to stop a conflict, to bring it to an end, the deep state sabotages it. It tries to talk with Iran. The deep state bombed Iran, overriding his veto. He tried to stop the war in Ukraine. The deep state sabotaged it. Right? No one cared. Right? He is trying to stop this war in Palestine, and he even accepted a gift from Qatar. He went to the Middle East, to KSA and Qatar and UAE, and said, I'm going to destroy these warmongers in Washington, D.C. Well, no one cares. Right? It's not a presidential authority to start or stop wars. It's up to Congress. It's ultimately up to the Senate. So when Zelensky disregards Trump and Bannon, it's actually the Senate, the Pentagon, the deep state disregarding Trump and Bannon. When Israel, when Israel bombs Qatar, when Israel strikes Qatar, they actually strike Trump as well, because it was the CENTCOM chief who organized that, and self-evidently they were in negotiations with Hamas via Qatar about the hostages. And of course, self-evidently, the Pentagon, the deep state, does not want any resolution of that topic, of that issue. All right. So another thing that we noticed is that Trump gave the order to change or to revise down job creation during the Biden admin. And I've explained that in the past. Official economic data are national security. There are laws of the 1930s and maybe even 1960s, the beginning of the Eurodollar system. 1930s is the crisis that give the government the power to alter economic data. The presidency has the power to sign off on fake economic data and on fake data from the corporations. So if let's say JP Morgan wants to publish fake data, fake financials, they have to go to the White House, and if the White House signs it off, then it's all legal. And it was never used widely. I'm talking about after World War II, up until Obama came to power. And Obama came to power and he started using these laws, which can be withdrawn from the Senate, but right now they're still laws, so it's legal that Trump or Obama or Biden give orders to manipulate economic data, employment, inflation, GDP data, and the power to manipulate corporate financials. Right? So what Trump did now, he manipulated Biden's manipulation. So it's not that we have real data, we have Trump's manipulation. But Trump did not change the data of the previous 4 years when he was a president, which he manipulated as well. So this shows Bannon and Trump are in panic about the 2026 congressional elections. And one thing they are doing, they're repeating the same thing. They're provoking the Democrats with riots. They want to trigger them to riot. First time around, it was in 2020. Steve Bannon organized those riots. And then now they are sending the National Guard in order to trigger the Democrats into riots, in order to make the case to the independents that these are rioty people, right? They always riot about race, about anything, something like that. And in 2020, it didn't work because Trump lost. But they hope that, a second time is a charm. It may work now, God knows. I mean, the Democrats have not fallen for it yet, or maybe never. But that's what they are doing. I mean, they are failing. I mean, the nationalists, the ones who want to create the American ethnicity, the American nation, as opposed to a commercial union that it is now, they are failing. Right? They're not stopping any wars that they want to stop. Well, no, I can't say they are failing, because they, with the tariffs, they are breaking down the American supply chains, which is their goal, to break down the American supply chains in order to impose the isolation, so that the American nation can be created. So in that regard, they are winning, correct. They are breaking down the supply chains, but they haven't stopped any wars, and they haven't managed to trigger the Democrats into riots yet. So the Pentagon, deep state / Israel today shows a striking Qatar, hence striking Trump, and hence striking Bannon, shows that the civil war in DC is deepening and is expanding, while Trump and Bannon are succeeding at breaking down the supply chains with the allies. That's what I mean. They want to break off the supply chains with the allies. That's the goal, the initial goal, to create the American nation. So that's where we are at right now. That's where we're at right now. Anyway, everything is bad. Everything will get worse. No light at the end of the tunnel. Have no hope, and the worst is yet to come.